Hey guys, I'm Mike Martins, and gaming is my life. Let's take a look. Whether you're managing a ship, building a castle, sieging a castle, taking over the world, going to war, hunting down witches, hunting down zombies, or colonizing the Red Planet, board games come in an array of different specialties depending on your likes. So, I've been in the tabletop gaming industry for 12 years now. And I don't regret any moment being in this industry. It has done well for me and my family. Created some very good, strong bond relationships. Met a lot of great people doing it. And tabletop gaming has been always I've always liked to get with people, because I like to talk a lot. And I like to get with people and play games and roll dice and move figures around and get around things and think outside the box, or, you know, kind of just, or go all in. I don't care if I'm out this turn, I'm going to try my best. I opened my first store 12 and a half, going on to 13 years now. This summer will be 13 years. In downtown Vancouver, right by Stadium at the Tinseltown Mall. It was called the Tinseltown Mall at the time. And by Stadium SkyTrain exit, right in downtown Vancouver. And a lot of people told me, Mike, you're nuts. Mike, you are ludicrous to leave a very cush, laid back, high-paying job to do something like this. Are you out of your mind? And I felt that there was more out there than working in an office. And I took it to the next level. I actually inquired about an empty space that closed. Store closed down in the mall, right across from the 7-Eleven inside the mall. I inquired, and I was so nervous when I opened that first store that I was gonna fail in the first month that I actually paid the rent up front for the whole year, because I made sure I actually have a savings of 1 year's worth of rent up front to pay for the rent, so I don't look like a failure the first month. So at least I could ride it out for the year, right? So I was really nervous about that. It was for me, it was a chance, right? And of course I was going against my parents' wishes and my ex-wife at the time. I was going against everybody's wishes, basically doing this, and thought that I was ludicrous, thought I was out of my mind. So, my second shop, okay, well, same store, but I moved across the hall, beside the 7-Eleven instead of across from the 7-Eleven. And the location I picked up, or the location the mall offered me, was really too good to pass up. I couldn't. This is like 10 years ago now, 11 years ago now. And that store, I stayed for 4 years. And I did really well at that store, building and curving my business to customer needs. So when customer comes in, and if it's anything related to what I sell, oh, you don't have this board game here? I don't. Should I? Yeah, it's so good. And then boom. So majority of my business was built off customer requests and what people are asking for. I went in it with one way to think, and then I started transitioning into what customers wanted the most. Whether it's more hockey cards, sports cards, whether it's more Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, whether it's more board games, and I transitioned to it. And then Magic was big at the time, and I would hold, at that store, that specific store, I would hold events for up to about 42 people for F&Ms. Friday Night Magics, and then the pre-releases we get about 58 to 65. And we would have to use the hallway space because it was so big. It was so much fun. That's when I started realizing how great it was to leave my cush job, and things started finally streamlining, and things started really coming together and making sense. So they wanted me to move to a different location. So they offered me something with a street exit. Now this store was enormous, and they were giving me a good price on the rent for relocating me. So they gave me a couple of months free rent to help set up and get things rolling, and you know what I mean, right? So that was really good for me on my end, and a couple of free months for rent, that really helped out. And yeah, I started moving everything over to the other store. Hey, this is Miami Mike, bringing you to the new one-stop shop, Cards and Games in the Tinseltown Mall. I'm really pleased to say that I've taken gaming to the next level, and take a look at what I've done. I've created an enterprise of board games, play space, deck accessories in this section here. You got all your sleeves, you got all your books, you got your RPGs, you got your board games. You got to excuse us because we're still in the construction. And if you follow me, we have our computers with fiber optics, 300 megs per second. We have our wheelchair handicap accessibility here.
Wonderful.
And we're basically putting the store together still. This is all our card game section, all our WoW TCG, all our Magic, and all our Pokemon is there. All our board games are along this wall. And it was phenomenal. I had a street exit. We were running midnight pre-releases way before anyone did in Magic, and we ended up getting unsanctioned from Wizards of the Coast for running a midnight release because we weren't allowed to, and this was many years ago. So this would be, we were one of the first stores, the first store to do a midnight release, a Thursday at midnight. So we would have release parties for events technically the morning of. So me having the street exit for that store was amazing. So a lot of players would go out, have a cigarette, talk, and then we'd get mooned. And we'd get mooned. People would be outside pulling their pants down, showing us their butts, because the nightclubs were just around the corner. And we were next to the McDonald's. For the longest time now.
Great.
We go out, and we're still working on the outside of the store. We're going to get a sign up really soon. And yeah. We got underground parking up to 800 cars.
Oh my god, fantastic.
So that's it. We're in business.
Right on. Tell me more about your grand opening party.
Yeah, we're going to have a grand opening party on the 5th of July, right?
June is next month or
June.
July?
No, we're in May. We're in May. Okay, June 5th is our grand opening party here from noon till midnight.
Excellent.
And we'll have different stations here with different games going on and different things going on. And come down and bring some of your friends here. Check it out, see what we got going on. And it's a late night store, so if you're into board gaming, you're into whatever you're into, you're always going to find something to do here. And I was happy to be at that location. It was huge. We had about 16 tables. It was a lot of fun. We had people coming in from all over, people getting off cruise ships, like, I got to get down to the one-stop shop. I got to get down there and see what the guys are up to and this and that. And I'd have year-over-year return customers that are back in Vancouver for the year, or back for the seminar, or back for something, or back for the auto show, or back for something they're doing in the city with some sort of like seminar type stuff. So people would come, hey Mike, remember me? I'm from Sweden. I'm like, holy smokes! Tons of people coming in from Brazil talking to me in Portuguese. Tons of people from Mexico. I was really tight with the Mexican community there, being that I spent a lot of time in Mexico. And I'm really, really happy with that location. That location did really well. And the staff was so much fun. We had such a good time there. We were living it up there really well. I was just living upstairs from my store in the condos connected to the mall, believe it or not. So I didn't have to go outside to go to the shop. And that's when the laziness started kicking in. I wasn't kind of moving around as much, and my staff was good, so I didn't have to go down as much. And that's when the laziness started to kick in. I started gaining a bit of weight. I started getting really bad out of shape. because the laziness, the easy life really kicks in, right? When the returns start coming and productivity goes up and everyone's happy, you know what I mean? And that was the store I owned when I met my my love, my Rosebud. And when I met Rose, we were dating at the time, and she didn't know anything about games, so I started teaching her about games and stuff, and she really took a liking to, you know, to playing games, having fun, playing RPGs, and today we still play board games together, and when our kids get a bit older, we will be playing more and more games together. So that big store, it was a perfect location. That street, next to the McDonald's. The traffic was, I don't know how many thousands of people passed by there from the outside or the inside. The scariest moment I had with that shop, that scared the crap out of me, was when Vancouver lost Lord Stanley's Cup in the finals. I think it was against Pittsburgh. I can't remember if it was Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. I can't remember. But they went to Game 7, and there was huge riots. And I was a block away from there. I was so scared of someone coming and just smashing in my window. Because the store to the left of me, not the McDonald's, but to my left if I'm facing the outside of the store, got two of its windows smashed in, and they just saw mine and they just kept walking. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, thank you. Thank you. And my final location.
Hey guys, how's it going? Mike Martins from the Mike Martins channel. Festivities here at the Tinseltown Mall have cleared up, and Pete there is taking down our sign. This is the final. Say hi, Pete.
Hey everybody.
This is our final week here at this location. We're moving to a better location, cleaner and more organized location that I've had my eye on for, oh, I don't know, maybe 7 years now, and I'm finally getting a chance to take it over. So just thought I'd post up this video. We're going to be dismantling the security cameras today and the alarm and some of the basic stuff we need to move over to the new shop.
The mall needed that location because they wanted to open a food stand there or something of some sorts. Grocery store or something of some sorts, restaurant-ish type thing. And I was at a Christmas party, and the mall manager came up to me, and he asked me, he said, hey Mike, do you want that center spot? It's a really good spot. It's conveniently located in the middle of the mall. It's got class. You can move your store there. I'll give you a good deal on the rent. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? There's huge potential in this space. I think I could do well in this space. I think it is a crossroads in the mall. It is a section in the mall where the escalator is right by there. So I thought, you know what? I'll take this location. I'll take it. He gave me a deal on the rent again, which is good, which is really good for that mall. It really helped me out.
Hey guys, Mike Martin's channel, it is I, and the store is officially 98% complete. I got the outside painted with Mr. Falski. Painted the outside, I got the graphics done. Got the front end signage done, looks really good. The letter is actually 3D, I don't know if you could see that there, but the lettering is actually 3D. Lots of storefront window here. We got another one-stop shop here. I'm getting a sign made for here. I'm getting signage made for this area here. I put a few things here in the display window, and that is looking very sharp. The store is really sharp, very clean, very nice cut, straight lines here. The painter used no masking and cut this thing perfectly, just freehand. And I'm very happy with this this new look. The one-stop shop logo it's an old logo we had. I just dug it up out of the archives and rehatched it. The sign was redone, but it looks really good because the way the other sign was, there was a couple of flaws with it that they couldn't retrace the lettering. And the side here and inside is all the same. I'm gonna put maybe a new graphic up here on this pillar, this nice pillar here. I could put something to attract more people. Everything else is pretty. The front end computers for the internet surfers are separate from the guys that play League of Legends or that are playing in leagues, gaming leagues. The RPGs are pretty good up here. RPG's doing well. I just restocked today. What else we got going on here? War Machine's done. And all the board games are done. The board games are done. I set this thing all up myself in my little head. I had this store pre-set up before I even moved here in my mind where everything was going to go. Here's the counter. Here's the intro decks and stuff like that. And other stuff here that's gridded behind the grid. And our beautiful atrium, which I love so much to see, and basically another one here. These little stars like twinkle in there. It's really beautiful. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this outcome. I'm very happy with this location. I'm very happy with the way this store came together as I planned.
If you are looking for a game, these guys definitely have it. We are at One Stop Shop.
Welcome to the one-stop shop cards and games where everyone's a winner. We're located here in downtown Vancouver, Tinseltown, and we have everything to offer from board games, RPGs, dice, War Machine, tabletop games, everything to bring family together. And that's what we believe in here at the one-stop shop. It's community, roots, and gathering. Hi, my name is Mikey, and I'm the owner of the One Stop Shop Cards and Games in downtown Vancouver, and this is my family. And we invite you all down to come down and find yourself a good game for your family to play too. Yes, my first son, Antonio, he was born. And I was living in a cramped little townhouse at the time. And the store was only a 5-minute drive away. I left the tower that I was in to move to a small townhouse in a little townhouse community. It was in a little gated community, and it was really nice. But we needed more space, and I really wanted to lay roots because I really love my wife very much, and I really wanted to have a few kids. I really wanted to have a few children, lay some roots, raise a family, and that's been my dream all my life. And living in Vancouver, but then space was becoming an issue. And the problem is the average house in Vancouver, the average teardown was just around $1.5 million. And the space I was looking for, housing would start at about $2.4 million. So I had to leave the city of Vancouver. So what do I do? I have a thriving business year over year that's growing in the double-digit percentage. But I still have a family, on the other hand, that I want to raise properly and actually have memorable experiences with. It's really hard to do it in a city. So I know the burbs were expensive. The burbs were around the same price anyway. So I said, I really need to get out of Dodge. I really need to leave the city. YouTubers, how's it going? Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. And I'm at the one-stop shop for, not the last time, I'll come back and visit you, right?
You'll be back, you'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm saying goodbye to the shop I built, spent 10 years of my life, dedicated 10 years of my life to building the store, and it's time to say goodbye. I am happy, and I'm also sad. I'm very sad, actually. And I moved out to a small town, Merritt, British Columbia, here, where I kind of want to lay roots with the family and get out of the housing disaster that was happening on the coast, and open a little quaint little shop here, quiet, small town, but lots of fun. Just lots of fun, lots of great people to meet,
this is a good store for kids to come and trade their games or play games or boards, buy things.
How many kids do you usually see here sometimes on busy nights? Quite a few.
10 to 15.
That's good.
It's amazing how kids come and play games somewhere.
Unplug off the electronics.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is a good addition to the community here in Merritt?
Yes, it is.
Good, good. Well,
where else would they go? They don't want parents to see them going drinking or anything like that.
Right, negative things.
Yeah. So this is a good place for kids. I wish they have more places like this.
Hello, I'm here at this wonderful game store, and I came here to say that this store is wonderful for Merritt because it's a place to bring your kids. It's a place you can go if you have nothing to do. They let you try out games if you're like unsure.
Yep.
And
play
really,
test. Play test.
Like play test kids. Yeah. And it's a wonderful place, and it's a happy environment, and Merritt, it brings a little bit of color to this little town. So.
Are you happy we're here?
Yes, and I don't want you guys to go anywhere.
Oh, we're not going anywhere, I promise. Did you just say who's Han Solo? Did you just say who's Han Solo? Wait a minute, did you just say who's Han Solo?
This guy? Is he from a game?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, did Han Solo scare you the first time he came in the store? Because everyone gets scared by him when they walk by.
No.
No.
He looks like he fits right in with all these little games.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Okay.